Yeah, 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 yo. Fuck, I hit the mic. Yo, what up? What's good? Jackson1616, creator and host of One Mic Stand. Also, 1/3 of Sex with Strangers. Shout out to Seeing Juice. What up? What up? Fuck is popping. As you can see, I got a new sofa. I got a new living room. I got a new apartment. I got a new house. Nah, I'm bullshitting. I'm just in Atlanta, man. What's up? I'm in Atlanta. I got to Atlanta this morning. I've been masked up the whole fucking time. I haven't coughed once yet, knock on wood. I haven't sneezed once yet, knock on wood. I can still taste food, knock on wood. I can still smell shit, knock on wood. So I'm good. All right, I'm good for right now. We're gonna try to stay as safe as possible, man. But keep me in y'all prayers. Keep me away from these hooligan ass niggas who be in these fucking house parties. Keep me away from these hooligan ass bitches who be at phone parties. Keep me away from these hooligan ass niggas who just be out getting wallies and twerking and shooting and all that shit. All that shit with no fucking mask on. But anyway, I'm back in Atlanta, man. We're doing some work. But I figured since I'm here, since I got my shit, since I got my equipment, since I got a nice, soft, plush sofa that I could sit on, and I got my cameras with me, I might as well give y'all niggas an episode. So first of all, let me pause this whole conversation. Let me pause this all of the comments that I'm about to say that may sound gay, right? Because I'm gonna warn you niggas, this episode is gonna kind of be in that realm. So what I want to talk about, I kind of want to double back or double down on the episode that I did recently about the Will and Jada shit. This one really isn't a rant. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I'm none of those things. But I want to kind of go a little bit deeper in the psyche of a man who, and I'm choosing my words wisely, not a man who got cheated on, but a man who knows that his woman, whether it was cheating or whether it was a break, or even if it was a person before y'all even were together, no matter the case, I want to talk about the psyche of a man who knows I want to talk about the psyche of a man who knows that his bitch got fucked by a nigga with a dick bigger than his own. That's what I want to talk about. And I want to talk about what that can do. It's one, and I feel like it's levels, because it's one thing to know that your woman has had sex with other people. But it's another thing to know the actual people that your woman has had sex with. But then it's another thing to fucking know the nigga that your woman has been fucking, to know that your woman has been fucking other niggas, and then to know the size of the dick of the nigga that your bitch been fucking. And I want to know I want to go through the levels and the layers of like how that affects the psyche of said man whose bitch got fucked. And I also just want to know from a woman's perspective, like, this kind of steers us into the direction of the does size matter conversation. But I hope we can kind of go a little bit deeper, no pun intended, into that actual topic. Cause I definitely know I've been in situations where I knew my bitch got fucked by somebody else. Not in a cheating standpoint, but just being able to put a face to a nigga that she's told me that she's had sex with before. I've been in that situation. But I've never been in a situation, because we've all seen, that's why I say let's pause this whole conversation. We've all seen when niggas fucking put nudes up. We've all seen when celebrity nigga news get leaked, on Instagram or whatever, bitches be fucking repost like when who fucking what's some celebrity niggas who didn't fucking shown their dick? Fucking the baby done shown his dick. We don't know if it was his or not. I don't know. The fucking Game didn't show his dick. Mad niggas just be showing they fucking mad weird niggas be showing they dick prints and shit all over social media on purpose. Some niggas be leaking their shit, I feel like, on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Et cetera, et cetera. So obviously, August Alsina also showed his fucking dick on Instagram, and the bitches be going crazy over that shit, right? So, now granted, what we don't know, we never seen this nigga Will Smith put his dick on social media for the world to see, for bitches to comment, for women to lust after. We don't know. So we only know one part of the equation. But it just allowed me to kind of like go into my weird mental mode of trying to create some dialogue and trying to create an interesting conversation based off of the little tidbits of pieces that we do know, right? We do know August Alsina showed his dick print on social media. We do know based off of the reactions from the women that they love August Alsina's dick that was on social media. So now this is the conversation that I'd like to have. What do you think about it?
What do I think about it? I don't.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you heard everything I just said. So, I mean, what are your thoughts? First of all, what are your thoughts on the men that I named whose dick was on display that the world already has knowledge of? So we named Og, we named Game, we named the baby. That was alleged, I guess.
Yeah.
And then off air, you just said, what did you just say?
Genuine, you know. He put that out there a couple of years ago.
And what did you say after that?
Oh, so yeah, he posted that goddamn horse. A horse. Fucking pony.
Oh, all right. So, okay, so based off of those people that we named, how would you describe their endowment?
I mean, it's nice, but honestly, like, to be totally honest, like, being a black woman and I've always been with black men. It's to the point where it's kind of like normal. Like, I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's just like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like now when a man shows his dick and it's big and he's black, it's just like, okay, like, you know, it's just like, duh.
Now you're taking this into a totally complete different direction that I wasn't planning on going in, but now that we're here, isn't that a little bit I don't know what word to use, but isn't that a little bit like that's almost in the same realm or same space of like if we see an Asian person, we assume that they're a genius or we assume that they're smart. So if we get to know them and their intelligence is just average, then we look at them in like a way that's like we lose respect for them for actually being normal, as opposed to, and it in the same sense it kind of takes away from their genius because you expect them to be that. You know what I'm saying? So when they are actually a genius, is really you can't even be in awe of it for real because that's the expectation that you go into it with. So just taking it back to the dick shit. So like, if you're saying that for black men, a big dick is normal, how does that then make you look at black men with average sized dicks in regards to like the world?
See, that's the thing about it. I feel like when it comes to penis, I understood what you were saying about when it comes to like, you know, intelligence of Asians, things like that. But when it comes to penis, like, unless it's small, it's still just like, oh, okay. Like, and that's just me. That's just my opinion. Some women may feel differently, but if it's average or big for a black man, either anything within that realm, honestly, me personally, I've never seen a black man with like, well, I mean, I know they're out there, but I'm just saying, like, I've never, most of the time it's anywhere on the scale between average and large, which is considered normal. You get what I'm saying?
Are you a size queen? I asked you this before.
Like, does size matter to me?
Yeah, like how, like, do all sizes matter, or do black, or do just black sizes matter? Like,
No, honestly, I'm not.
Average dicks matter. No, they don't.
Chill.
Yo.
Chill. Because it's not always about. I'm a dick connoisseur here. I know you've never had dick.
You're a cockasaur?
All right, now. That was funny. But nah, you didn't make me forget my point.
I asked you if you were a size queen.
Oh, okay. No, me personally, I'm not a size queen, as you say. And that's off experience. Like, I've been with guys who were big. I've been with guys who were small. And sometimes, depending on, what the smaller guys doing with it, it was better. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously when you break down sex, there's so many different levels to it. So size is only a small portion of, like, good sex. And it's funny to me that people relate
why
size.
you have to do your size? That's like you talking about dick like Trump.
I wasn't talking about
size. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be the best you've ever experienced.
That was really good. But yeah, no, that there's so many factors when it comes to good sex. So size is something so minuscule. But what's funny to me is that men, not women, men are the ones who make size like a big deal.
We're getting there, yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because, like, women, an experienced woman knows, like, size don't mean shit.
Well, see, here's the thing, though, and this is to kind of get back to the psyche of it all, is because, like, I think a lot of the times, like, men don't, we're in a weird, and I know I always talk about how men are in weird spaces in a lot of different scenarios, because I mean, I am a man, so, like, I live through these weird spaces that I feel like it can't just be me. So, like, we live in a weird space where it's like some women say that they only like dicks that are on the bigger end of the spectrum. Some women say that they prefer average sized dicks. But then when you follow those questions up, well, what's average to you and what's big to you, those answers are always subjective. And nobody says that they ever like or prefer a smaller size. But then those will be the same women who say the size doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? So it'd be like, so a typical conversation when you ask a woman is like, well, does dick size matter? And then they're like, no, it don't matter. And then they'll follow it up with, but it can't be like super small. So it matters then.
To a certain extent.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
because the scale of small is so large.
but then even in addition to that, women do tend, anytime a woman is trying to like blatantly disrespect a man, you go straight to his dick. So it kind of gives off the idea that like I'm only really worth
my dick size.
Exactly. But then in the same breath, you gonna say size don't matter. So as a man, it's like we don't really know what to believe. So to be on the safe side, we're just gonna invest our belief in the fact that size does matter. But then that also it kind of devalues us because like, what if you the nigga where you don't got the huge dick? So now you kind of feel like you're less of a man because you know that this is what manhood is judged upon based on what women have said through the entire existence of mankind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, so that's why it makes me ask the question of, and I'm gonna get into this. I'll get into this later. I just want to ask. Well, I guess first I want to ask you, like, have you ever? What was the feeling? Can you describe the feeling of going from an average dick to a big dick versus going from a big dick to an average dick? Like, try to walk us through those experiences.
Okay.
Why is that funny, first of all?
It's only funny because I've been in both of those scenarios, so in my head,
Okay.
I'm thinking of my my response. But honestly, going from average to big was there was obviously a difference or whatever. But for me personally, when you're with someone that has, like, you know, a huge cock, whatever you want to call it, like, you can only do that shit for so long. Like, it's good at first, but eventually, like, you know, you want to keep your walls. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's different though. It is different. But I still think it all comes down to, like, if you're looking on the scale of, like, better, like, was it better because it was bigger? I still don't, because I kind of, the order I went, I'll break it down since this was like a personal experience. I went from average to big and then back to, like, average, but smaller average than the first average.
Okay.
Or whatever. And, like, now the sex was best with the bigger one, but I don't think it had anything to do with the size of his dick.
Why do you think that had nothing to do with it?
Because I think it had more so to do with, like, the emotion involved in it, the actual, like, sex itself, the way he made me feel, stuff like that.
But is there any correlation? Like, I wonder. Like, I just wonder, is there any correlation?
Now, I will say this: I've noticed that men with, for the most part, now there's some that are different, but men with, like, a bigger penis size tend to be more confident in the bedroom. So that plays a huge role in how the sex turns out. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Whereas average size men, it just depends. Average size men, I think it just depends on the man. But usually, like, I've never met a big dick nigga that was, like, insecure in bed, like, ever. Ever. They usually always just know.
But again, though, why? But why is that? Why do you think that is? Because, and this is why I feel like the conversation is super interesting, because everything that you just said right there kind of feeds into the fact, like, why would a man think? What would lead a man to believe that because my dick is bigger, then that's automatically allows me to be supremely confident in the bedroom? To me, the answer would be because this is what I know that bitches want. This is what I know that bitches like. Mm-hmm. This is what because that's all that bitches talk about. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, of course that I just think about if the world shifted in terms of the average dick size being the one that women preferred mm-hmm. on a larger scale. Because
I was gonna say, you really have to think about it from the world standpoint too. Like, say if I'm in a group full of women and we talking about dicks or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, my man dick kind of small, but he still put it down. Other women still gonna be like, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it's a world thing or whatever, where even if it's not big for whatever reason, if it ain't big, the women of the world just like, girl, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
But that's real shit. That is real.
But what's funny is that a lot of women prefer big dicks but can't take it. Like, and I'm being honest or whatever. So to me, you prefer it bigger, but you're in pain when you're having sex, but you're only cool with it because it's the cool thing or whatever. Like, oh, my dude got a big dick. It's cool. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now, I actually have a homegirl that doesn't prefer big dick or whatever. She actually prefers small dick.
What's small to her, though? Have y'all ever had that conversation?
We've looked over
You've done your research?
I'm saying like no, like that question came up.
We've looked over all the dicks. We've looked at them all.
No,
they're all amazing, but they're not all huge.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But I'm saying like we did like, cause it was a discussion amongst like 3 different nationalities of women, and we were all talking about dick or whatever. And like
there was a black bitch, a white bitch, and a Jewish bitch, and then the Jewish bitch at the bottom. All right, I'm sorry, Dad.
Okay.
That's how niggas be telling jokes.
But
there's a Mexican dude, a black dude, and a. All right.
Okay, so dang.
What were they? What were their nationalities? You a nigga, and then.
Oh, damn.
What were they?
White and Mexican.
Hey, see?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But okay, proceed.
So yeah, so we were all 3 talking about size, and me and the white girl were both kind of like talking about, you know, preferring the bigger size dick, or average size, I guess you could say. And like we were, I think it started off of us seeing like a picture or something online and like, damn, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And we showing it, and she's like, damn. And then like our Mexican homegirl was like, oh no, whatever. And we're like, girl, what?
I was about to say some shit in a Mexican accent.
I know you was about to do some racist ass shit. Low-key, I was about to too. Oh
no. Holy shit, Pedro. That wasn't even, I don't know.
But yeah, like we showed it to her, and she was just like, oh my God. Like she was not fucking with it at all. We like, girl, oh that, you know, the shit I said women do or whatever. Like, girl, what, you wouldn't hit that? And she's like, no.
You wouldn't hit that.
she was just like, hell no. She was like, I like them small. And she literally did this. She was like, I like them small. But she explained why she liked it small too, and it made sense.
Why? What'd she say?
She likes anal a lot.
Oh.
She loves it in the butt.
I got you.
So like, huge dick in the ass. She's like, hell no. Which, I mean, that's kind of a point too, or whatever. I think smaller dicks are better for backdoor action. Mm-hmm. You know, because nobody wants a huge dick in. To each his own, but.
So go back to tell me. Go back to like what the experience was like when you went from, you said average to big and big to average, but a smaller average the second time.
Like, what's like?
Like, what was it like? Like, I don't know what it's like to take dick. I don't know. So, walk us through. Like, how does it feel different? What are the factors that make the specific size better or worse?
Okay. Let me break it down for you. You don't have a vagina, so I'll explain. Me personally, this is just my experience. I had breaks in between those. So it wasn't like I was fucking them all at the same time type shit. So my point is that my walls had time to go back to normal.
I thought that was a myth, first of all.
What?
Your wall's not gonna fucking...
No, that's not a myth.
How do you know?
That's not a myth. Oh, a woman will know because your body will adjust to the dick that you're constantly fucking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll feel kind of like for a man, like if you're fucking the same bitch, it'll feel like really, really good at first, but then like you just kind of get used to the shit.
Okay.
It's kind of the same thing. Meaning it may not be as tight as it used to be.
Yeah, but whatever your natural, you can't get tighter than whatever your natural tightness is, though.
You can.
How?
There's exercises for that. You build your pelvic muscles, build your pelvic wall.
Oh, to make those bigger. And
not bigger. I mean, just stronger. A lot of women are supposed to do that after giving birth.
Oh, okay. But okay, well,
you learn something new every day. Yeah. There's pelvic exercises, core exercises you can do to strengthen those muscles down there.
Kegels?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Okay.
But yeah, so my point was like, I had space in between or whatever. So it was each time it was like starting something new. It's like a new journey or whatever, you know. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like dang, the last one was bigger. It felt better. Like it was like that was never.
What was it like then? Because they can't. I don't understand. Because you're saying basically from that description that you just gave. Basically, you're saying, oh well, you know, they all really felt the same.
No, they didn't feel the same.
So what's the difference? That's what I'm saying.
The bigger one had more girth. I don't know if that helps. So the more girth, I don't know if that helps explain it to you. The more, but see, that's another thing. Every woman is different.
Well,
some women prefer girth. Some women prefer length.
I'm talking to you.
I prefer girth.
Okay.
He had larger girth than the other two, or whatever. So for me, it was more pleasing. But it had nothing to do with length. Some women prefer, like, because when you say big, there's a lot of factors in that too. There's the girth, there's the length, there's the size of the balls. Like, let's
start here. I'm going to try to ask you questions in terms of how archaic a man would think, trying to put himself in a woman's shoes, right? Vaginal shoes.
Can we pause for a second right here?
Okay.
What does archaic mean?
I'm keeping this in. Okay. All right, yo, chill with the laugh levels, nigga. Archaic is basically just like cavemanish.
Oh, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
It made me think of archaeologists.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Context clues. Okay. Continue.
So like, okay. So if we're taking like stroke game off the table for a second. Mm-hmm. Let's say you're on top. Just based off of the man just laying there, mm-hmm. and you get on top. Mm-hmm. Does the more girthy one just automatically feel better than the average one? The man's not moving at all, just based off of insertion itself. Mm-hmm. Are you basically saying that one feels better than the other?
In that position?
Just in general.
Oh, well, I mean, positions do matter. Positions do matter. But, yeah. But that's just me.
Well, so that would kind of go. So how can you say that and then also say that like size ain't really a factor? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really say that. Well, you know, it matters how he uses what he has. Yeah. But if all of them stay still, and now it's just you using whatever skills and techniques that you have,
I can make it work.
But what I'm saying is, if the man ain't doing nothing except for just providing an erection,
a base
for you, mm-hmm. if one feels better than the other every single time, then we do have to say that size would matter then, right?
Yes.
So
to a certain extent, yes.
So that's what I'm trying to get to. So like
size is a component. Yes.
So how much more are you yelling or moaning or screaming just solely based off of the size? Because as a man, right? As a man, it's gonna fuck with my mental if I'm fucking a girl and you know I hear the noises that she makes based off of how I'm fucking her, and then another nigga fucking her and she's reached a whole new octave. She's reached a whole new octave and types of moans that I ain't even never heard her produce from her vocal cords before. Mm-hmm. That's gonna fuck with me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what else. I wouldn't as a guy, because I feel like we've kind of been programmed to think like this. Like, if that nigga dick bigger than mine, like that's automatically what I'm gonna go to. If we've like, you know what I'm saying, like, so dispel that myth for me. Why is what I just said, why did that make you roll your eyes?
Because there's so many factors that go into sex. Like, you cannot strictly say, oh, his dick bigger than mine, that's why he fucking her better. Oh, that's why it's better to her. Like, no.
I didn't say that. I said she's making more noise.
Okay, making more noise, okay? Like, you can't say, oh, it's because he has a bigger dick. Like, no, you can't do that.
What about the initial slide-in moan?
Okay, I'll give you that.
That's solely based on size?
Yeah. Like, yeah. Like, shit, yeah.
like
The initial, yes.
Like, if a nigga put his dick in and she said, ah, and then I put my dick in and she go, okay. Like, all right.
Okay, yeah. I'll give you that. That is size based. I'll give you that one.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I mean, that's obviously size based.
Well, let me tell you, man. I just think that's interesting though, because it really sucks. It sucks as to how we have been programmed to think that. I really feel like a lot of niggas think, like, hold their value in the size that they did. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I think you also said something about the in your experience, the niggas with the bigger dicks had the most confidence. But that's also weird because bitches be wanting niggas that have the big dick confidence, but they get mad if a nigga has big dick confidence but don't have the big dick to go with it. It's like that is also equally as offensive to women. Because and that goes back again to women putting the value of men in their dick size, because it's like, why you this confident if your dick regular? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so, that would be like me looking at you coming into the room glowing and super confident and super just like your posture is amazing. But then I smash you and your pussy is regular. And I'm like, why this bitch so confident in herself with that regular ass pussy? Like, that sound wild to even say.
No, that's a thing.
But that sounds ridiculous.
It's a thing, though.
Because why wouldn't you be confident in yourself? Regardless of what you got going on.
I mean, that all goes back to self-worth, obviously. But what? What? That's what it is. Like,
so have you ever been in a situation where?
It's getting personal. Therapy.
Have you ever been in a situation where?
What's your self-worth?
Where you had sex with a nigga who was confident, but his sex didn't reflect how confident he was.
Confident, like being the type of person he was, or confident he would put it down in bed?
Both.
I've been in both of those scenarios.
And then what was your reaction to that?
I mean, to both scenarios, like where he was confident that he would put it down, and then it was just like,
it was regular.
Huh? It was like regular, yeah. I mean, I will say, like, the sex just didn't leave me like, you know, like ready to see him again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't excited about it, but it was cool. I was like, okay.
But like when you saw him in regular life outside of the bedroom, or even in the bedroom, being as confident as he was, like, did it make you be like, man, this nigga, why he so fucking hype?
I do that with all niggas. Like,
even if they fuck the shit out of you?
Okay, after that, I'll give you your props.
I'm talking about after. I'm talking about after you've experienced what their actual sex. Because and again, I mean, I don't know what your answer is gonna be, but I just want, my point is just like, it's so unfair. Yeah, like it's like you can be a really really great man in so many aspects of life outside of the bedroom, outside of your crotch. But when it comes to and women and people in general will get behind you and support you and call you great and say that you're a bunch of these amazing things because you're an amazing person. But let's say that that amazing man had sex with a woman and his sex was trash. Mm-hmm. That woman, I feel like that would kind of negate, in a way, all of the great things that man brings to the table in a earthly sense. Mm-hmm. And then, even if in a non-homosexual way, I feel like even men do this, right? So, like, let's say that
respect the nigga with the bigger dick.
In a way, not like I said, in a non-homosexual, like, for instance, like, say if a nigga if the hypothetical great man, like, if some of his, like, nudes or some shit, like, got leaked mm-hmm. on social media or whatever, mm-hmm. I feel like collectively men and like his dick was small or some shit.
Oh, small. Oh.
I feel like collectively men and women would kind of like look at him different. Like, fuck all of his Nobel Peace Prizes. Fuck all of his fucking activism. Fuck all of his philanthropy or philanthropy or whatever how you say that shit. Mm-hmm. Fuck all of his charity work. Fuck he's a ex-fireman and he saved babies from burning buildings. Mm-hmm. Fuck all that. His dick little. Ha! Look at this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think that just kind of goes back to, like, it's so weird and super caveman. It's that, like, when you strip everything else away, like, niggas is really just judged on their anatomy. Mm-hmm. Like, and nothing really, and I feel like it even works in reverse.
I was about to say,
a nigga could be a super trash ass person.
Oh, you meant that way.
What you talking about?
I meant reverses and, like, y'all do that to women too. But go ahead, continue.
We can get into that. But I think even in reverse, where it's like a nigga could be a super trash ass person. Mm-hmm. Super. We see this all the time. Nigga could be a horrible dude. Mm-hmm. Horrible person, don't got really much going for him. Maybe he's a bum. Maybe he's a thief. Maybe he's a scammer. Maybe he's a murderer. Maybe he's a serial killer. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's just a person who just disrespects his mom, or robs older people, or whatever. Maybe whatever your definition of an ain't shit nigga is, he's that. Mm-hmm. But then he pull his meat out.
Different tune.
Exactly. Uh-huh. Or he fucked the shit out of you, and he like, well, you know, I mean, he ain't so bad. He just need a little therapy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's just like, I just think that's crazy, because those are that second scenario. I feel like is a lot of the situations that women find themselves in. Mm-hmm. Why they be on social media complaining about how niggas is trash? Because. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't say a nigga is trash if you ain't give him your whatever you gave him, and then found out that he was not who you thought he was. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm not gonna, if it's a bum ass nigga on the corner right now doing bum ass nigga shit, mm-hmm. but I don't have any knowledge of him, I have nothing invested in that bum ass nigga in the corner. Mm-hmm. Why would I go out of my way and give commentary as to why that nigga on the corner specifically is a bum ass nigga? I would only do that if I've invested something in that bum ass nigga and he was a bum ass nigga towards me. Mm-hmm. So now I feel a certain way, mm-hmm. to why I have to go make sure that the world knows that this nigga's a trash ass dude.
Oh, your ego's hurt, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What were you gonna say about it works the other way or in reverse?
Meaning y'all do the same thing to women, like, but sadly, it's gotten to the point now where women can fix it. Well, no, they could fix that too. Women can fix that. A perfect woman is a real attainable thing nowadays. Yeah, like,
that's so funny.
And it makes it so hard for team natural bitches, like, so hard, because it's just like, y'all say y'all prefer natural women, but at the end of the day, you looking at the bitch with all the fake shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you praise the bitch with all the fake shit. And then y'all talk shit about us when we go get shit done. Like, why you getting all that shit done? Nigga, this what y'all like. This what y'all want. Like,
who was... That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, but my point is it works the same way for women. But the difference is we can get work done. Y'all can't change that.
Yeah, we just got what God gave us.
Because even when it comes,
and that's also funny too, because that's some shit you need to. That's a God issue.
What?
Like how people are built. Like how you come out of the, like your DNA, your genetic makeup. Like, it's funny to me, like how some women would be mad at niggas who don't have a dick big enough for what they like. Like, bitch, you act like I had
no control over
like,
this.
Yeah, like you.
Yeah. Which is another reason, like, I would never, like, honestly, me personally, I would never put a man down for that. Because, like, okay, for instance, men who are circumcised, uncircumcised, like, that whole thing, like, I've talked to some women about, like, me being with men who were, what's the one that's quote-unquote weird? Uncircumcised. Like, I've been with men who are uncircumcised. And I've talked to other women about it, and they're just like, oh, I could never, and I'm like, even if you like them? And they're just like, no. And I'm like, what if it's big? And they're just like, no, that's just gross. And I'm just like, dang, like, that man didn't play a role in that. Like, you act like when he came out as a baby, he's like, no.
You gotta go, like, you gotta be upset at his parents.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't be upset at all. I mean, just.
Or it might just be religious. It could be a religious thing.
But either way it goes, he had no control over that.
That's true.
So for you to judge him for that is like super fucked up to me.
Yeah. That's true.
I wouldn't judge a man on the size of his dick either, because who's to say my pussy not trash? You know what I'm saying? To him. You know what I'm saying? Cause
that's what I'm saying.
And that's why I never get into that whole, like, throwing like slander at niggas over their dick. Like, I've never done that. I would never do that. Like, cause you may feel like my shit was trash. Like, your shit wasn't wet enough. The last bitch squirted everywhere. Like, you know.
Cause I started the episode off with saying how it could fuck a man's psyche up, being able to put a face to the dick of the nigga who your bitch got fucked by. And that could I feel like that can do something to you. Or like, say if like the nigga that your girl fucked like had like sex tapes out there and you seen him and he was dogging hoes, right? You was like, damn, I ain't never fucked no bitch like that before. And he fucked my bitch like that, right? Like, I feel like that can make you feel away. But how does that have an effect on women? Like, in the sense of seeing a woman maybe that your guy has had sex with previously, and maybe you can't really see what a woman's pussy looks like, but you can maybe see how
fucking Tiana Trump,
how she's right, like, shit. You know what I'm saying, like you, or it's just somehow it's known, like, this bitch she gets it in the bedroom, or if you just basically
or if all my homeboys.
Yeah, right.
If all my homeboys have hit the nigga that
right, and like, yo,
not the nigga, the bitch, yeah.
Yo, she got that work. Like some type of shit like that.
Tell you, like, yeah.
Have you ever been in that kind of situation?
Yeah, I have, actually.
How did that make you feel? How did that make you feel?
I mean, it is what it is. Each his own.
That's such a cop-out answer, right?
Like, cause the thing is, like, niggas could say all day long, like, a bitch shit was fire. Okay, niggas will sit there and say, you know, this woman is da-da-da this, da-da-da-da that, but they'll never go into detail saying, like, why. Or what? Okay, like, what is it that she do? Or like, what is it about her pussy?
I've gone into detail before.
Thank you.
But I'll tell y'all why later. But finish. Go ahead.
But I'm saying, like, me personally, like, I ask all my homeboys, like, when my homeboys call me up and be like, yo, Jazz, I just had some fire ass, that bitch was here. I ask questions. I'm like, yo, like, what made it so fire? And they be like, it was just good. And I'm just like, but what though? Like, niggas be trash storytellers though. Like,
yeah, but niggas don't need detail like that.
But I'm a woman, so I'm gonna. Well, I don't care. But yeah, like, they'll tell me, like, you know what I'm saying. I'd be like, well, what about it was good? And that's just my own curious mind wondering, like, what it is that niggas love, like,
so maybe like, you can add it to your repertoire, maybe.
I can't change.
Just be wanting to know.
I just be wanting to know. I can't change what I can do. Well,
sure you can.
I'm saying I can't change. No, you can't. You can't change what you can provide or whatever. Like,
you can change what you do. You might not be able to change.
I can change what I do, but I'm saying that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Because some niggas would be like, man, her shit was just. So, like, okay, friends, that bitch was just squirting everywhere or whatever. Okay. Or they'll be like, oh, it was just so warm. It felt like home. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll be like, oh, that shit was tight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shit was hot.
Yeah.
like a Louisiana summer.
Oh my gosh. But yeah,
And it was muggy.
Or like for instance, because guys actually do the same thing that women do, and I think that's just a thing with sex in general. Meaning, like some dudes will say like the pussy was good, but the sex was trash. Or whatever. That's a real thing. That is exactly. So.
Or the sexual talent could be fire, but the bitch pussy really
is whack.
Really,
exactly.
Yeah,
but they'll be like, oh, but the head made up for it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's that's a real thing. And that's what I was trying to explain to you in the beginning. Like there's so many levels to it. Just like y'all have levels to it, we have the same thing when it comes to sex. Like you can't.
But how do it fuck with y'all mentally though? Is what my question is, because I feel like I've had to be completely honest, back in my younger days, when I was like freshly out of my virgin status, I had a conversation with a girl about other niggas that she had sex with before.
Mm-hmm. Like a female you was interested in, or just in general?
We were together.
Oh, you had that conversation with your...
Yeah.
You brave.
But I don't know if people really like. My mind has always been like that, based off of the fact that
curious. Is that what you're saying?
Not even curious, just based off. You trying to low key call me gay? No, not like that.
No, I mean like curious about what your girl.
Like inquisitive about.
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
like because to me, I would never ask my dude like, so what kind of pussy you had? Like,
well, but that's what I'm saying. Like my sexual background is a little different because the reason I was asking the questions wasn't because I was a glutton for punishment. It was because
you trying to see how experienced she was.
Because I knew that I was inexperienced. So I was trying to. Looking back on it, it was a super weird way of trying to gather information. but in my 21-year-old self, in my mind, it was a way of like, well, let me try to figure out how these other niggas fucked her well, so I could try to put that into my repertoire of trying to be as good, if not better, than the niggas that she was with.
You should have just asked her what she liked.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I asked all of those things.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But you got to understand too. Like it was just my insecurities from having sex, from having sex at a later age, that like it was a weird mixture of me being insecure. But me being really secure enough to ask the questions. But the reason I was asking the questions was because I was insecure about my sexual talent. So it was like a mixture of both of those things. And, you know, once we in the conversation. So now she's basically, in a roundabout way, she basically was telling me like, yeah, this nigga's dick was bigger than yours. Or whatever. And, you know, so we did these things, yada, yada, yada. And it was like, okay. But then it led me to kind of believe, like, then I didn't really know what direction to go, because now I'm thinking, like, can I do the same things that homie could do if our dicks are two different sizes? And thinking on a very archaic level, I'm thinking like, nah, I can't do that. So then automatically I'm thinking like, damn, I can't fuck you as well as this nigga fucks you. When that might not be true, but your face says that probably is true.
No, I'm saying that's not true. Like the doing part, you could always do the same shit. Like I've done the same thing in bed 1,000,000 times. That sounded bad. Shit, I'm grown, but I'm grown. Okay, I'm grown. Shit. So yeah, I've done the same routine 1,000,000 times, but with different dudes. I mean, obviously it feels different, but you know what I'm saying? You can do the same thing.
But that don't mean it's gonna be done as well, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like, I'm trying to think of something that I don't know if I could even compare it to women, because women just have like, because like women's body parts don't like.
Women are like a box you have to tune. Like,
what do you mean?
Meaning like, because I know for me it's the little things. Like honestly, I could care less about the size of your dick. It's the little things or whatever. But like I say, every woman is different. But I'm speaking just for me personally or whatever. Like, how can I say this classy? I could come from a nigga not even inserting his dick in me. You get what I'm saying? So, like, meaning, like, you're just doing little shit to stimulate my body or whatever. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, to me, that's like fire sex. Like, I'd be in love with a nigga. And he could have a small dick, but he know what he doing. You get what I'm saying? Or he just knows my body. He's taking the time to learn my body. That's the point I'm trying to get across to you. Like,
so I wonder if the size queens aren't. I wonder if they've been neglected of like foreplay within their sexual lives, because like I've been with some women who don't even really be into the whole foreplay shit. Some bitches just be into just like, let's just skip all that shit and just give me the dick, right? But if you're a type of woman who's just skipping all of that shit and getting to the dick, then the dick would have to be something that's, you know what I'm saying? In order for you to,
I've never really thought about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, like in order for you to get to that point, because no other knobs were twisted and nothing was loose. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And what's funny is that I've actually never, this is really personal, but I've actually never like came off of just dick. Like, just dick don't do nothing for me. Like, it's just like, okay, like I can get a dildo for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They make shit for that. Like, it does nothing for me. But for some women, obviously, porn has shown, for some women, just the size of a fucking, dildo toy, whatever the case may be, can, like, get a woman off. It's just not me.
Do you feel like one of my followers, or one of my subscribers, I should say, she knows who she is. She says she won't take nothing less than 9 inches.
Okay.
So, like, I just wonder how, like, out here, does that limit? Do you feel like that would limit somebody with that? I don't even want to call it mentality, but someone with that standard. Do you think that it would make it that much more difficult to find a guy, or you don't think it's that difficult to? I mean, I don't know the average of what dicks be looking like out here. Like, I don't know
numbers. I don't mean shit. I don't either. I'm a woman.
You know
I don't know none. If a nigga tell me his dick 9 inches, I'm gonna just be like, is that big? Sound big? Like, I don't know or whatever. And like, I'm not big on length either. I just told you that. Like,
okay,
yeah. So length I don't like pencil dick. Like, it's just me.
Oh my God.
Now it could be, I feel like some women could feel that way because they've never been with a man that was small that pleased them, and so in their head they equate it to, it must be the size. Me personally, it was only one guy that I've been with that was small and did his thing. Like, I was shook. I was shook, all of the above or whatever. And for me, that's how I know, like, okay, size isn't a thing, because that nigga, now granted, he had to put in a lot of work, but he knew what he was doing, and he probably knew what he was doing because he's been having sex a lot. He knows, like, okay, my dick ain't that big, so I can't do average shit that niggas, that, big dick nigga or average size dick niggas do. Like, I gotta be extra with it because he was extra.
Do you feel like it's vice versa for the quote unquote big dick niggas though? Like, do you feel like they just innately don't do as much work? Or have you just ever encountered somebody who does both?
All of the above. I've been with all of the above. What I'm just saying.
The shit you be saying just make you sound like you really out here in these streets.
I'm grown.
I've had all of them. Anything you can think of, I've done it. I've had it. Okay,
I ain't say all that, but goddamn. But shit. But
they were all amazing.
All right, I'm sorry.
Are you done?
Fuck you, Trump.
But shit. I forgot what I was saying.
My bad, I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No, I forgot.
I was asking you if do they do both, or do you feel like it's like, do you feel like niggas who you would consider the big dick niggas, do you feel like that's what they just hang their hat on? Like, I don't really got to do much work. I'm gonna just be here chilling because, I mean, You know?
Big dick niggas do have a certain swag about them.
That's swag.
No,
Wait,
no,
yo,
I'm
that's
saying
crazy.
no. I said a certain swag. I didn't say what you just did.
Yeah,
not
but
that.
no, not this. But the fact that what I just described, minus that part, like your mind automatically went to like, I mean, yeah, some niggas got some swag like that. Like swag, like I don't have to do nothing.
No, no swag. Just like I know I gotta type shit because I got a big dick. I know I gotta. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's one of those things we women call big dick energy.
That's kind of stupid though, because that's like a bitch saying like because she got a fat ass, like she got a nigga. I would like what? At the end of the day, like
There's
that's
a lot of women that feel that way.
That's just butt though.
There's a lot of women. I'm glad you look for more than just ass.
But that's just ass though. Like that
Mm-hmm.
don't. I done met some trash bitches with some big butts. Like
I done met some trash niggas with some big dicks.
and I done met some pretty dope women who don't have, like, you know what I'm saying. Like I don't think that.
I know.
To me, that's wild. To again.
Mm-hmm.
To base what you feel like your value is based off of a body part. That's crazy to me.
You're a good person.
See, that mean it don't count for shit to be. It don't count for shit to be good.
Nope.
Man. That shit is
Nope.
trash.
No.
I don't belong here.
But yeah, I've been with, like I said, guys with a big dick, you usually know, whatever. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they just.
And you look like that turns you on. That's something that you enjoy, because you've been grinning ever since you started talking about it.
Oh, big dick energy.
That's the dumbest.
Are you
shit
talking about that? What are you talking about?
Sure, yeah. But
Swag.
Yeah, but I don't. I hate that's such a dumb term.
What swag?
No.
Big dick energy.
Yes. Because explain what you think that is.
Okay, let me put it in perspective for you. Say a bad bitch walk in the room and it's a bunch of niggas at the bar and niggas look at each other and be like, damn, I bet that pussy good. It's kind of the same thing. Like, y'all do the same thing where y'all just look at a woman and be like, damn, I bet her pussy tastes so good. I bet her shit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't do that.
I ain't saying you. I'm just saying like niggas in general.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would more so be like, damn, she look like she's nasty. Or like she got a nasty look about her, but it don't got nothing to do with her confidence. It just how, like, somebody could just have a nasty looking face, like they don't mind what's on it.
That
Like,
doesn't sound appealing at all.
no, I'm saying like some people have just like a nasty face, like the way that they look, they got like a porn, they got like a porn star face.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you know porn stars have like a certain look, but I wouldn't call that good pussy energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause like we just said, your pussy could be fire and your fucking sex be trash.
I know, it's just something the world.
But
came up with.
the reason I don't like that the term is stupid to me, because the term is, if you don't have the dick to match it, people negate
Who you
your
are.
right to have that confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if a nigga walked in the room and based off of his swag or whatever, you said, ooh, that nigga got the big dick energy.
Mm-hmm.
But then you end up fucking him later that night and his dick not big.
Mm-hmm.
Then you gonna look at him. Then you going, I feel like, I don't know what you would actually do, but I feel like there would be some part of you who would be lit down. Because it was like, damn, like, why he walking here with all that big dick energy and he don't got the dick to match that shit?
Oh, I have been in that position.
You know what I'm saying?
That's happened.
And that to me is why the term is dumb. Because, like, your confidence and your dick should not be fucking attached. But that's kind of my point of this whole conversation, is because it's like, why do we fucking do that shit? Like, as people, like, why do we put, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm at my fucking funeral, I don't want motherfuckers to be like, yeah, he was a trash nigga, but that dick, boy. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't want people to be like, he was a great man, and then there'd be some bitches in the back of the funeral talking like, his dick was little though. Like, bitch, I damn near saved the world in my time on Earth, and you talking like,
People go be people.
that shit trash.
Yeah, I've definitely been. It's funny because I've been with a guy that it was known that he had a big dick, and women would, because he posted his dick online like all the time or whatever, and like women would see the shit, but I actually like slept with the nigga or whatever, and I was just like,
that's hilarious.
What?
I did not think that we were gonna go. That you were going there. But okay,
I'm
go
just
ahead.
saying, like, I actually slept with the nigga, and I'm just like, if y'all only knew, it ain't all that. Like, your face. I'm just saying, like, it's funny to me how, like, women will praise a man over his dick size, and, like, they've never been with him, and I'm just like, and he give off big dick energy and all that, but the sex was whack. Like,
He ain't move.
nah, he just came off like he ain't know what he was doing, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was just like, nigga, where's the nigga that be online? Where's that confident
You should have told him to pull it.
nigga that be
Pull your phone out, nigga.
yeah, the nigga that be licking on his lips all in the camera and shit, and posting wet nudes for bitches, like
Wet news.
you know, niggas.
Yo, if please, I hope they none of y'all niggas is a wet nude sending ass.
A
nigga.
wet nude.
Not even sending. If you send a wet nude, that's cool. But a wet nude poster, like a wet nude social media posting.
I don't know
nigga?
if you've seen. Well, you probably. I don't know if you've seen it. But like the new thing now is like niggas posting themselves like washing themselves in the shower, but they'll have boxes on, but the boxes will be soaking wet so you can see their dick print. Yeah, that's what niggas do now or whatever. But it's just funny to me.
Like niggas still wear boxers.
Not boxers. Whatever. Like I call them all boxers. Briefs. What do you call them? Spandex.
Oh, like boxer briefs.
The spandex
Or
shit.
like this. Okay.
The spandex shit. Whatever you call it.
Oh my god.
Boxers.
Yo,
Whatever.
if any of y'all bitches out there, fucking niggas who wear boxers still.
Boxers are like the shorts. Like
Change your niggas, man.
Oh.
It's like fucking. You don't have no kind of. There's no support in those.
I love wearing those.
You don't got no dick
That's true. That's true.
or balls.
No. It got a nice breeze though.
Man, look, man. This is a short one, man. This is still a sofa one mic episode. This is really funny. Hopefully, it was kind of informative. Hopefully, it was really, really divisive. So y'all niggas can argue about it. I love dividing y'all niggas because that's the only shit that y'all respect. That's the only shit that y'all like. When I talk about pro-black shit, y'all niggas want to go to sleep. But when I talk about dicks and pussies and ass and fucking, y'all niggas is right here for the shits. So this is the bullshit that I'm going to continue to give y'all niggas because y'all love it, because y'all some ignorant ass bastards. But I love y'all though. So thanks for watching. If you know somebody who hasn't signed up to the Patreon yet, you better not be watching them with their asses right now if they ain't paid that money for it. Send them niggas to the link. Send them niggas to the tiers. Make them niggas pick. 30 seconds, sign up. Yeah, we'll probably go live about this too, because I'm pretty sure a lot of women is going to have some things to say. And hopefully some men will have some things to say as well. We paused the whole conversation. Y'all know I'm not gay. Y'all know I fuck some of y'all. Y'all know I'm just bullshit. I'm just playing. I'm kidding. But nah, man, y'all know that this is. You said what? I want to be a host.
You want to be a host so bad.
Look, man, I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it, man. Look, good people don't win in this industry, man. I'm trying to get some dirt on me.
God damn, let me get some play.
Shit,
Put me in the game, coach.
I'm trying to get some dirt on me, man. But nah, this was a good episode. I appreciate you. It's super late. Niggas ain't been sleep. Niggas is tired as fuck. But we got to get y'all niggas this content, man, because this is what I do, and I'm trying to take this shit to another level. So I appreciate y'all once again. We will talk about this later on the live. I don't know when I'm gonna have it, but when I'm gonna have it, you niggas will know. And we out.